Welcome. Let's come to our mats to take a standing position. Any standing position that you'd like. I think hip distance apart is pretty good to begin with because we're going to be closing our eyes down. So we want to have our balance. And then I want you to take your hands into a little bit of a mudra here. Thumbs, or tips of the thumbs touching, tips of the fingers touching in a triangle as we place those hands just below the navel center, down, pointing towards the pubic bone, closing the eyes down now. Here I'm going to feel like I'm directing the energy down to my feet. As I inhale, I'm going to think about around to the top of the thumbs, that area expanding with breath. And as I exhale, that direction of drawing down to the earth, grounding there. Inhaling to expand and exhaling to ground. Take one more just like that. And then soften the knees off, blink the eyes open, step the feet out, at least hip distance apart. This time I'm going to turn the toes, dial them out at about a 45-degree angle and take my arms out around shoulder height. I'm drawing my shoulder blades towards each other but activating the fingers away, taking a nice deep breath in. And then as I exhale, I start to squat, bending the knee. You do not have to squat too far down, but you might be coming all the way down. It's really up to you and your knees and your hips and how everything is feeling. As you inhale, press down with the feet, grow tall, suck the thighs in towards each other. Feel how the abdomen switches on, and exhale, squatting down. Taking these circular breaths, inhaling. And exhaling, widening the arms out to the side, inhaling, picking that energy up, feeling fierce through those thighs, strong, warrior-like. As we inhale, we bring it all the way up, and then we exhale, take the hands down to meet the thighs. I'm going to start to sweep one arm up towards the ceiling and slide the opposite fingers down the thigh, finding a sideways fold. Inhaling, picking that up, and exhaling across the opposite side. Inhaling and exhaling through this shining star movement. Bracing the belly as we do this, lifting the glutes towards the lower back, bracing through the legs. Inhaling it up, soften the knees off as we take the arms out. This time I'm coming into a warrior two position. So I'm going to work my right foot a little bit further around, lunge into that right leg, and widen or shorten the stance as you need to. Shoulder blades again drawing backwards, fingers pressing out. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, press down with the palms. Feel the underarms sucking in. Inhale, work to straighten that front leg. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, straighten. Not so much that it clicks. Exhale. One more time. And exhale. We're going to hold in this position, bring the arms up. Allow the palms to magnetize towards each other. Maybe starting to bring them together or then very lightly apart. Feel the energy through the hands. And then from there, allow the hands to come back down in a wave-like motion as we work through the wrists. All the way down to the thighs. You'll see I flipped them now. Inhaling, bringing it up, magnetizing through those hands again, feeling the strength of the arm and then letting it go. Working into the wrists, flipping it around at some point, working it all the way down like a falling leaf. Inhale, bring it back to your warrior two arms. Nice deep breath in as you flip your front palm. Come and find your dancing warrior. Nice deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhaling back to that warrior two, all the way back as you exhale. Inhale back to warrior two. Dancing warrior as you exhale. Work to straighten front leg now. Nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, come up, rise onto the ball of the foot and take a lunge again. Finding that grace through movement. Inhale, heel comes down. We'll work it back to center. And make sure that heels are in one straight line now. Push the palms away, draw the shoulder blades in, then the fingertips come down towards the earth. Fingertips come up, push palms away, fingertips come down. One more. And down. Work the hands back behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades, drop the knuckles down towards the earth, lift the chest up. As you exhale, you're going to start to soften the knees just lightly as you come on forward. Work the chest forward. And maybe give that chin a yes and a no from shoulder to shoulder. Inhaling from there, let's rise on up. I like to stop halfway when I get on up and then take a couple of breaths here, just so that I'm not getting that feeling of dizziness on the way up, that rush of blood from the head. Once I've done that, I can soften the knees off so that the pelvis will tilt nicely on the way back up and I'm not placing all of that weight into the lower back. Let's release our hands there. We're going to turn to the opposite direction now and come back into our warrior two. So I'll step that left foot a little wider, take my lunge there into that left knee, roll the blade of the right foot down, and then I broaden and open now, pressing down, connecting again through that base chakra, thinking about the triangle, pointing down to the earth. As we inhale, let's start to straighten the leg. And exhale, take that lunge, like the beating of a drum. Inhaling, exhaling, finding the rhythm and the smoothness through that movement. Then from now, we'll start to bring those hands, flip them up, and almost like they're going to touch. If you do need to touch the palms, so be it. We feel that magnetization there of the hands, that strength of the arms, and once we feel it, we can allow the wrists to come down, moving them, flipping them when you need to, and all the way down to the thighs. Inhale, strength through the arms, draw them high again, feel the palms towards each other. We connect to that primordial self, that ancient spirit. Release the hands there, like leaves falling from a tree. And bring movement to the wrists, all the way down. Good. Come back and find that warrior two shape, and then flip your front palm up, breathing it back. Sweeping the arms overhead, glutes still engaged. Come back, find your warrior two. Moving between these two shapes. And to warrior two. And then last one here, we'll come on back. When we're ready, we straighten through that front leg. And then bring it up onto the ball of the foot to come back and find your warrior two. From there, place the heel down. We'll start to straighten through that front leg again and work the toes around. From now, taking hands back behind you, interlacing the fingers if you can remember which way you did last time, in the opposite way. Drawing knuckles down, lifting the heart, belly pulls in, and we find that forward fold again. Taking a nice deep breath in, lengthen, and exhale. Releasing the neck. Inhaling from there, let's come up halfway now. Again, I'm taking a pause, softening the knees off, and then coming the rest of the way up to a standing twist. I suck the thighs in towards each other. I've still got those shoulder blades pulling towards each other, and as I exhale, I'm going to take the knuckles towards one hip and gaze across the opposite shoulder. Inhaling to center, exhaling, turning and twisting. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling. Inhaling, come on back to center. Heel toe the feet in until you get to a point where you can step them in. And then I'm going to take another step forward as well, just so I've got some room back behind me. I'm keeping these arms where they are, squeezing the shoulder blades, taking the weight down now into one foot, and then I'm drawing back into a warrior three variation, kicking heel back behind me, squeezing glute, dialing toes down towards the earth. When I'm ready, I'm releasing those hands. I'm going to bring them up and overhead, kicking my heel away and coming through Padangusthasana. Nice deep breath in, lift up, a little bit higher, and then when we're ready, we're bending the knee, turning so that the sole of the foot, the ball of the foot, drops down to the earth. And then from there, I'm going to take my left hand up and overhead, right hand coming in and finding a sideways fold. So I've got this lovely big C curve all the way down that left leg, left side of waist. Coming back to center there and returning the foot. Giving it a little soften there if I do need to. Taking my hands back behind me again, squeezing the shoulder blades, lifting the heart, and taking that forward fold. And warrior three, kicking heel back. Nice deep breaths. I'm going to inhale and rise on up. So I'm releasing the hands there, sweeping them up overhead as I sweep the heel through with control. A little soften through the standing leg, making sure I'm not leaning too much backwards there. If anything, I want to seek a little bit of knitting in between the belly button and the lower ribs. And then I bend the knee, rotate the hip, but take the ball of the foot down across the opposite leg. And as I exhale down, I'm drawing right hand up and over, and left hand kicks away. Once again, I've got that really big curve there through the side waist. And I'm inhaling, coming out of that, giving it a bit of a softening. If I need to, I'm making my way back there to my mat, taking my feet hip distance, and I'm going to take my hands to my hips, softening the knees off. And I'm going to close the eyes there and roll the hips from side to side in a bit of a figure eight motion. I'm coming forward with one hip and then backwards, forward with one hip and then backwards. And I'm not going so far that the knees are feeling this. I just want to feel the head of the femur into the pelvis, rocking as I go, letting the shoulders move. Again, like this primordal dance, like I'm hearing the drumbeat from deep within the earth, and letting that feeling rise on up through my body. And I take some stillness now. A deep breath in. And then coming all the way down into the squat, a little bit deeper than maybe we started with our breathing circles. But if you need a block underneath your hips. So you need to come to a wall in order to do this one, please do. It's not necessary that you squat all the way down, just to where you need to. Press your palms together today. Really lift the heart up. And finding, once again, the lower chakras, we're going to flip our fingertips down. Still pressing palms together. Breathing there, pushing out with the thighs. Another breath in. Connecting down. And then on your next inhale, start to press on up. I'm widening the hands out to help me, and I'm taking my time coming up, using the legs, zipping the thighs towards each other. We bring the hands back to heart center. And then turn those palms to your heart. Once again, closing eyelids down. Nice, deep breaths. It's time now for you to move into your meditation or your Shavasana practice, whatever you would like. You can also please add extra sequences to this to make it a longer class if you'd like. Thank you so much for your attention today. Namaste.